Imagine you're a hairstylist and you just got your day started. It's 7 in the morning. You went and you decided to grab yourself a coffee. You already ate breakfast. Everything's going all good, right? So you got to your salon early. You were like, okay, I'm getting started for my day. I'm ready to go. You're hype. You start your music up. Everything's smooth. But then your client texts you. You get the hey boo text from your client. And she says, just running a little bit late. Let me know if you want me to grab you something from Starbucks. So already, right, your mind's like, like I got here early. I made sure that I was going to be prepared for my client. So how would you feel if your client shows up 30 minutes late, refuse to pay, and then try to leave you a 1-star review? Unfortunately, it happens.
Hey beauties, welcome back to IMB, the space where we talk about beauty, business, and becoming our best self. We are your hosts, India and Micah, and today we're talking about salon drama and bad clients.
Let's review a few real salon stories and break down what it takes to stay professional in this beauty industry and how to avoid all the mess we're seeing.
Grab a drink and let's get into this tea.
My level of irritation right now is at an all-time high. It's 10:54. I had a hair appointment booked for 10 a.m. The instructions on the confirmation say, when you arrive, text with your name and your appointment time and await confirmation text to come inside. So I sent that at 9:51. It's 10:55. So I've been sitting here for an hour. I never got a text back. I called. 20 minutes went by. I called again. I said, let me go inside to the actual suite because maybe she's caught up doing someone's hair that came in before me and can't get to her phone. I go to the suite. The door is locked. The blinds are down. I peek through. There's no one in there. I come back to the car. I call again. I leave a voicemail. I just called another 2 or 3 times. I checked her personal Instagram page. And 10 hours ago, she posted, so I'm guessing she's at least still alive. I know that she recently had a death in the family. I even stopped to get her a bouquet of flowers. My hair looks insane underneath this scarf because I just took out a sew-in with leave out. So it's giving heat damage plus afro smushed underneath this scarf right now. I have 3 bundles and a 2x6 lace closure. My hair is not washed because a wash is included in the service. So at this point, I've paid a $50 deposit and I have now waited an hour and 5 minutes in this same spot and am actively being ghosted by this stylist sitting outside of the salon. This pisses me off so bad because, first of all, it's Saturday. Who am I finna find to do my hair today if she decides not to reach back out to me? 1. 2, I know that stuff happens, but how am I going to express any form of empathy or patience if you do not communicate with me? Nothing has been said to me, and so now I'm sitting here with my hair not done, with the deposit paid, prepared to pay to have my hair complete. What am I supposed to do? And my thing is, stuff does happen, but nothing has been communicated to me. And this is my first time coming to this stylist. So it's like, y'all don't like the horror stories, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to customer service. Like, I am not an unreasonable person. I have a very high level of understanding for a lot of shit. But me sitting here with an afro and heat damage underneath this scarf, expecting to have my hair done in heavy layers with a 2x6 closure melted in my head, I am pissed. I am very much pissed. And now, not only am I out of time and money, and I have bundles with no way of getting them installed. It's the middle of the weekend. Like, this is the stuff that we be talking about. Like, how hard is it to be a person of your word? Like, I booked because you showed that you had the availability. If you were not available, that's something that I should have known. Because now I'm sitting here and my time is at stake and my money is at stake. And at the end of the day, I just want my hair done.
Okay, so how do you feel about that video? What stood out to you? I know it was a lot to unpack there.
So 3 words that stand out to me.
Uh-huh.
Timeliness, timeliness, timeliness. I think
that's one word that said 3 times. And I get that because that's what she would say. She literally said, "What about my time?"
Yeah, I think that when it comes to the lateness, it is a problem on both sides. When a client shows up late, it can be frustrating for the servicer. When a service provider is late, it can definitely be very frustrating for the client. This is one of the biggest sources of conflict, at least that I personally see on social media. Every time I do come across on my FYP or my Discover someone having a client or stylist horror story, it has something to do with the time. Yes, you can show up late for your appointment and the client will be agitated with you. However, yes, the client will also be agitated with you if they book a 3-hour appointment and they're there for 5 hours. Timeliness is very important when it comes to professionalism. And when you're on time as a stylist and when your client is on time, it shows that y'all have mutual respect for each other. And if there's anything that affects that time, the communication, because that was the main thing she was talking about, was that she was completely ghosted. She had no idea if the stylist was coming, if the stylist was even available that Saturday. And that's scary. That's very scary. But it also kind of shows just a simple lack of respect. Things can happen. However, the more you can communicate on both sides. So as a client, if you can communicate with your stylist, as a stylist, if you can communicate with your client, it can help to set that scene for you all to actually be able to work together again.
Let us know in the comments, have you guys ever been ghosted or just had a stylist come and play with your time? Let us know. Have you had that happen before?
Have I been? I don't think I've been ghosted by a servicer before. But I have been definitely held hostage in plenty of chairs where I was expecting something to take, I don't know, like just a few hours, and I'm there all day. I'm literally there from, I see the sunrise there, I see the sunset there. I have to take food breaks there because I'm there so long. So I've definitely seen that, and as a client, it's just no fun. No fun.
I've definitely been, I wouldn't say necessarily ghosted like fully as this young lady on this video has talked about, because it seems like she received no response at all, and that's just very unprofessional. That's
like no response. Like,
not I'm late, not I'm sorry, not
here your deposit bag,
I'm just gonna send you the deposit bag. You know what I mean? Because that's what happened to me. I had a scenario literally for a birthday trip where the servicer here in Houston had to, I paid her well in advance for the hair that she was providing, so it was her hair.
Oh, she provided
that was her hair.
Okay.
It was her hair. And I was getting a color to the hair at that time. My hair was black, but I was getting a brown color. And it was her hair. I didn't drop it off, you know, like you know how some of the styles be like, bring it to me 24 hours, 48 hours before. It was none of that because it was her hair. And it was just going to be a like wig, what is it? Like wig application. The day of, she started working on it, and she told me that the hair started burning and she didn't know what to do. So she did send my deposit back. She sent the money back for the wig, but then she blocked me. And even that is just kind of still unprofessional. If I was going to be mad regardless, because it's the day of, why don't you have, you know, this completely done? You've had the money. But on top of that, just blocking me. Like, I was going to be mad, but I wasn't going to do anything past that because she had sent me my money back. So I think just like this young lady, I actually feel so bad for her because I can't imagine she even took the time to bring some flowers. Like, that was so thoughtful of a client, because clients don't have to be thoughtful. So she was definitely thoughtful, but it's sad that she had to experience that, and that really is truly just a lack of professionalism, and like India said, a lack of managing your time well, because as a servicer, you should know when your appointments are scheduled. It's really an excuse to say, I didn't see this appointment. Most of those those booking sites like the Booksy and the Stylesy, they notify you when you have an appointment multiple times. And so there's really not any excuse to not have that together, because like she said, she's out of her time and her money. And I personally would not wait an hour for a servicer. But she obviously needed her hair done at that moment. And I just really feel so bad for this client.
And I think too, like, with the particular hairstyle that she was getting, it's definitely hard to just go to somebody else to get a wig install. Like, if it was something maybe like braids, you might be able to walk into some type of shop and get something comparable. But if you saw that you liked somebody's work on social media and you wanted their exact thing, I know the disappointment was out of this world. But as a servicer, it is very important for you to really hone in on exactly how long your particular services are taking. Because although for this particular client, she was the first client of the day for that stylist, a lot of times we can run into situations where clients are waiting because there's still someone in your chair. And so being able to time out your services, taking out your phone, actually setting your stopwatch and monitoring how long these things are taking you over time will allow you to put those correct times on your booking sites. And that is very important in the sense of staying timely and just creating that loyalty with your clients. And the clients being able to create loyalty with you to come back to you. Okay, we're going to take a quick promo break and get into today's sponsor. It's us.
If you are a beauty pro that is struggling to stay on schedule or track your time, this might be a reason that you are coming off as unprofessional. But don't worry, we got you. Grab our free time-saving strategy download in the description. It is designed to help you manage your time, stay organized, and show up like a true professional. Take the first step towards better boundaries and a smoother business. Trust me, your future self and your clients will thank you. And also, join our private beauty community on Instagram. It's a space where we talk about money, mindset, business, and beauty, of course. The links are in the description below. Join us now. We would love to meet you.
When you guys want to put a price tag on you guys' services, please think to yourself, what are my clients paying for? I just have a question for these beauty service providers. I'm one myself, but I really want to know, what exactly are we paying for? You guys are charging $600 plus for a service. What are we paying for? The work is not quality. The space that you're operating in is not up to par. You're not using professional products. The only thing that you have to offer is an Instagram post or content. And I'm really frustrated because being a service provider looking for people to service me has been the most difficult experience I've been through. And it's so irritating. When you come to me as a hairstylist, you're paying for my experience. You're paying for my products. You're paying for my receptionist to answer the phone, to answer all your phone calls. You're paying for my expertise. I've been doing hair for over 13 years. Professionally, never had a job. 90% of the products that I use come from Cosmo Pro. You have to have a license to go in there. I'm not shampooing you with Tresemme and L'Oreal and any of those things. Although those things are great, I have access to professional products, and that's what you pay me for. It makes no sense to me that I am paying over $600 for a hairstyle and I'm not satisfied with it. And then when you voice the complaint, they don't want to fix it. It doesn't make any sense to me. When you walk in my salon, the environment is clean. It smells good. My mirror is clean. When I walk into other beauty providers' suites, your chair is broken. It's trash piled up in the corner. The floor is dirty. The mirror is filthy. I'm really just confused, and I'm talking out of frustration because it's a slap in the face to beauty professionals like myself. And realistically, we can't blame anybody because all we have to judge off is content. We choose you guys off of content. We come and get a horrible experience. Now when you stumble up on a great hairstylist, a professional stylist, y'all come and put that trauma on us. It's completely unfair. And it's a disgrace that I have to pay $600 plus, and nobody cares about the money. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't have spent it. But when you do spend your money, we want our money's worth. People work hard for their money. If somebody has a complaint, I'm always going to ask them to come back in and let's see what options I can provide. And if I can't provide any, then that's just what it is. But I at least put the effort in to try. When you guys put a price tag on y'all services, think to yourself, what are we paying for?
All right, so how did you feel about that one?
With what she said, I think the main points that stood out to me was just the experience. She said that overall, when people are paying for a service, any beauty service, it mostly you're going to, one, feel good. You're two, obviously going for your style.
Yeah.
But three, it's kind of like a spa. Like it's therapy for you. It's definitely a therapeutic experience to get your nails done, get your hair done, get your lashes done. And I do believe that she made some great points as far as what is it exactly that the person is paying for. I love the point she made where she talked about you can't necessarily, unless you have reviews for the stylist or maybe have heard through word of mouth about this particular stylist. If you're on your own or searching on TikTok, searching on Instagram, any other place where it's kind of just more the pictures, it's hard to determine if you're actually going to get a professional experience through your social media. So if I'm going to come to your appointment and we're going to be blasting music like we're in a club, we possibly may have some hookah, some drinks, then I'm cool with that. But I just need to book you when I'm ready to turn up, like before I'm about to go out somewhere. But if I've had a stressful week and I've had maybe a stressful month and I just want to come and get this service, possibly take a nap in your chair, I need to kind of know that I will be able to. Every stylist is going to have their own brand, their own vibe. And I think it's just important to communicate that vibe. And so I don't necessarily think that there is anything wrong with someone having a dirty mirror, somebody's bathroom being dirty, because there are clients who don't mind. But I think that if there mostly are clients who do mind, it's just important to make sure that your prices, for one, are matching the experience that you're giving, because it kind of sets the client expectations. If I'm coming into your salon and I'm paying $500, no hair included, for my install, I have some high standards. Like, it's a high standard set in my head about what you have going on in here. And if I come
what do you define as high standards? Because high standards is different for everyone.
That's true. For me, it's about your booth, suite, being clean. It's about, possibly having even some snacks. Like, if I'm paying $500, obviously depends on how much you're paying, but if we're talking about like $500 for a sew-in, right? I expect you to be able to give me possibly some wine, possibly a water bottle, at least a water bottle. At least. Possibly, a granola bar or some chips. I expect there to even be some type of loyalty program where, I get the card where if I come 5 or 10 times or however many times, I get money off. Like, I kind of expect to automatically be enrolled in a loyalty program. I expect it to definitely be a clean environment. I expect, for that price, I honestly expect you to, I don't want to say ask me what the vibe I'm going for is, but kind of cater it towards my vibe. It's like, if I'm not in the mood, if I just want to watch TV, then we shouldn't be listening to music. We should be if you have a TV in there, we should have some Netflix on or have some YouTube on or something. If I don't want to do any of that, then we should have some music on.
Yeah.
And particularly music that is not going to disturb my vibe. I'm the type of person, I love all types of music, so I don't necessarily have like, oh, I just don't want to hear that. But if I'm going for a more spa, relaxing vibe, I kind of maybe want to hear like some jazz or some instrumentals. And I think that for that price, I just expect like a little bit more accommodation in the experience. It doesn't necessarily, there's not like a flat baseline of like what I'm looking for, but I just expect to be more accommodated because I am paying a higher price than what I could pay somewhere else. And it goes beyond just like the work that you're doing, because work can be unique, but there are always comparable alternatives.
So a tip based on like what she just said, I believe a tip could be that, and it might feel like it is doing too much or going over and above, but honestly, this is your business and you should do too much. You should go over and above. And so I believe that we should start having clients and providers set consultation. Even if it's a 10-minute consultation, or even if it's like a questionnaire. You know how like Uber, on the Uber app, it's like, do you want your driver to talk? Do you want air on? Do you want music on? Like, I think it should be based on what your client wants. You might walk in and your client might not even want to talk. They might want a silent appointment. And you're going to frustrate them, not because you've done anything wrong. It's just because they want silence. And at that time, they're paying for that. But they have not communicated that to you. And so I think as a service provider, a great tip is just checking in with the client beforehand. Even if you can't do the consultation, when they first walk in, ask them a few questions. Do you prefer music? Do you prefer TV? Do you want a silent one? What method or what style service do you want? That way I could provide that for you. I think most clients will love that, because it allows them to express themselves. And like you said, just something simple as a water bottle could go a very long way when I wasn't expecting it necessarily, kind of expecting it, but not expecting it. Because even though it is a $500 appointment, we've been to $500 appointments that don't give us anything. So I can't have that true expectation of it, but it would be nice. It would be nice to have that. So I believe that one tip that the servicers can start doing is just start communicating.
Yeah. And I think like one of the biggest things to remember here as a business owner is just that unless this person is a true loyal client, and I mean this person has probably came to you maybe 5 or more times, you're building that loyalty with people that you don't know.
Right.
And these people are strangers. They know nothing about you, and they're gonna judge you based on their encounter with you. So you may have a vision in your head about what your brand is, what your business is, but if that's not reflecting each and every client that you receive, that's not the representation that they have in their minds. And it's very important for you to really hone in on what your brand identity is, because again, like we said, there are a lot of different providers. I've seen on social media, there's providers that will spark up with you in the appointment. I've literally seen that. Like, you've seen that too?
I've had that.
I mean,
I didn't
I've had that too.
I didn't spark, but they sparked. They definitely sparked.
They definitely, I've had the role.
Yeah, they stopped my appointment. They've stopped my appointment. Mind you, I'm like, I don't want my because I was getting extensions. So I'm like, I don't want my new extensions to smell like this. Don't mind you sparking. You can do whatever you want. This is your salon. But I'm not like most clients though. You know what I mean? Most clients would be like either don't or do. I am a little bit more lenient when it comes to servicers, just because we are servicers. So if you want to spark, you spark. If you want to be silent, you be silent. But that, as a client, that doesn't mean I'm going to rebook you, because I am still sitting there. As a servicer, I get you, know, because this is your salon. But as a client, I'm not rebooking.
I think it just comes with that brand identity and honing in on it, because there are clients who want that. like desperately are seeking to have servicers that spark with them, and that there is nothing wrong with it. That's what I'm saying, that you have to
know your
kind of give the real. Give the real, because a lot of times if you're not showing behind the scene things, you're only showing just the client work on your social media, it's hard for them to really know what your brand exactly is. And you may have a more vibrant and turned up type of brand, and there are clients who really want that. And the same token, you may have a very chill, very mellow, very spa aesthetic brand, and there are clients who don't want that. So you have to show exactly who you are, because showing exactly who you are is how you will attract the people that want you.
That's all we have for you beauties today. If you like this episode, make sure to tag us on all socials at IMB USA. Also, make sure to drop us some information in the comments. We would love to hear from you. At the end of each episode, we always close out with either announcements, words of encouragement, or shout out. Today, we will leave you with an announcement.
All right, everyone, we have some really exciting things coming up, and we are super excited to share this with you all. So, for one, we are actually updating our posting schedule on YouTube to not once a week, but twice a week. We are going to be posting on Sundays and Wednesdays. Be sure to tune in and keep updated with all the fun topics that we have. Also, make sure you're following us on our Instagram at IMBeautyUSA. We've done a complete revamp of our content, and we're posting beauty journalism topics. We have a lot of beauty business tips coming out. Tune into our Instagram so that way together we can grow your business and elevate your brand. And don't forget on Instagram to join our private beauty community. We're going to be talking about so many personal topics, all private, of course, but that's where we get into the real juicy stuff. I know we mentioned this in the promo break, but please don't forget to download your free time management guide right on our website. Just head to the description below. We have the links all there. It is tailored to nail techs, but it applies to any beauty professional. So if you're a hairstylist, lash tech, esthetician, tattoo artist, please download our time management guide, because it will help you out. Lastly, if there's a topic that you want us to discuss or a story time that you want us to react to and analyze on our channel, drop it in the comments below or send us a DM. We love to get some topics from you. All right, and that is actually all for today, beauties. We love you. See you on the next episode. Until next time, stay beautiful and stay informed.